What a dooski, SG-34. It's your boy FailWhale. Today we are finishing up the season 9 premiere for SG-1. I am super excited. I have a lot of questions. I think we're gonna get a lot of answers. Just excited to see where things are gonna go. I know stopping at episode 2 is kind of a little rough. I wasn't feeling very good yesterday at all, so I took the day to rest just to make sure I'm good for today and the videos can get going. That being said, let's see how we're gonna wrap this one up. Definitely the things have shifted in the series, right? People are taking
bruh, chill.
People are taking steps back. We're sort of divvying up the OG gang. We're talking about this new set of ancients. It's just getting there. So it's gonna be really fun to see how this one progresses. So as always, y'all, don't forget to smack the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And let's get right into it.
Having them to see through each other's eyes.
Where are we?
I don't know.
I misunderstood this.
I think we're in them.
I said time travel, but the idea is that they're
work this way so that we can
in another galaxy, but in real time.
Those we're connected to. They're just
Even though they're spread apart through space. This was actually pretty twisted. Even though she came back.
She's invading.
Had the fire and fury of the sun inflicted
You
upon
will
her.
come with me.
Reverse skates? Rings? Upside down rings?
Where are we? City of the gods.
Children of gods, city of gods? Alright, I feel like we gotta strap it. This is about to be a big lore dump here. Gotta make sure I'm all there for this one.
I am a prior of the Ori.
And what is that?
In time,
I guess we'll just wait here. Is that what we're gonna do?
Get a load of that chapa eye. Oh.
Hallowed are the Ori.
Interesting.
Both Daniel
Origin.
and Vala's vitals have been stable for 2 hours now. Dr. Lee is working on disabling the power source, but given that the device is tied directly into their minds, I recommend we proceed with caution.
If one or both of them run into trouble again, I'm ordering you to take whatever action is necessary to shut that thing down.
Yep. Also, those Alterans
What can you tell me about this?
kind of remind me of like
It was
Prometheus.
first prime of Munto. Baal's armada was led by a Jaffa named Hubrock. Hubrock was an ally of Braytax.
But-
However, approximately 4 months ago, Hubrock disappeared.
You think Garrick had something to do with it?
Shortly after Hubrock's disappearance, Garrick emerged as spokesperson for the more traditional ways of the Jaffa High Council. Through a series of slow and deliberate manipulations, the council played squarely into Garrick's hands.
Well, that makes him one of the most powerful guys out there. I suppose I should meet him face to face.
I will extend your invitation.
Okay, Laundry's trying to get involved.
All right, Daniel, what does it say?
Well, it seems to follow suit with many of the religions I've studied. They all seem to teach meditation on one's worth and significance. The path of righteousness towards a state of higher being.
Ascension.
The central icon of the religion seems to be fire.
I don't need a book to tell me that.
I mean, that would make sense. Fire is light, energy, warmth. On Earth, at some point, fire became associated with demonic imagery. I'm just wondering if the ancients had something to do with that.
Tell you what,
It's kind of crazy.
we'll get it to the end and see how it all turns out.
I dig the thread zone. Like, it's a cool looking jacket. Cloak.
the village of Verager has been corrupted.
You didn't do it, I promise.
We are connected to these people. Look, the point is, we meant no harm. We're explorers.
You know of others? Unbelievers?
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you want us to tell on people who don't believe in the Ori?
Those who stray must be guided back to the path.
Seems to me those who stray get burnt to death.
Uh-huh.
If the Ori are so powerful, why do they need us to tell them who believes in them?
The Ori need nothing from us.
It is we who must seek the truth of the universe in order to achieve enlightenment. Been down this road before.
So are they like halfway ascended then?
At ease, Colonel. I know you're concerned for them, so am I. But I've got something else for you to do. Just got a report from Dr. Lindsay on P3X421. A missionary of sorts came through the gate yesterday and started spouting a religion we haven't encountered before.
I suspect we'll see
Wow.
more opportunists try to fill the void left by the gold, sir.
Oh.
This newfound freedom, sheltered civilizations could potentially be taken advantage of by a charlatan with a flashy bag of tricks. This missionary is apparently trying to prove the validity of his claims by performing miracles.
I just took that in. So, one of these similar, guys pulled up, right? The Alterans. So, because of what happened with us, this separate Alteran with the book has now popped up. I thought that was somewhere in that galaxy, but this just confirmed that this is within our domain, relatively, right? So that's big. Second of all, if they were the gate builders, that was our normal Stargate. So he has a means of going through galaxies with a normal Stargate, no problems, bing, bada, boom, you know? So that's really interesting.
Miracle.
I assumed that was in the same galaxy.
Amica was forgiven his transgression and found his way back to the path.
I can't take much more of this.
If you brought us here to try and convert us, I think it's fair to tell you that we're really not in the market for new gods. I suppose we could talk to one of these Ori.
Of course.
Well, great. That would be great.
Speak, and they shall hear you.
You can torture us all you want with your rhetoric, but we're not going to crack. Well, I might. But we're not going to tell you anything because we don't know anything.
What is this MLM with these gods? I'm confused. This is a pyramid scheme right here.
Like Aegidius of Valder, I need to speak things that can only be spoken in the light of the fire.
Survey says.
Come with me.
Could you not have asked that an hour ago? We've been listening to him drone on and on.
Not you.
What? Not who? Not me? But
Quite the entourage. Welcome.
And the rock wept tears of fresh water, and his thirst was quenched. Believe in the truth of all things, and you too may find the path.
And a man has no greater thing under the sun than to eat, drink, and be merry. Weekends at Grandma meant long Sundays at St. Hilda's Church of the Grand Epiphany.
I am a prior of the Ori.
It's nice to meet you.
Your arrival here was foreseen.
So you see the future, do you?
Lessons of days gone by teach us what will come to pass.
So, where are you from?
Where we come from and where we are going
It's not your concern.
are all the same.
Wherever you go, there you are. I think that's Buckaroo Banzai. I'm from a little planet called Earth.
The home of Daniel Jackson.
You know Dr. Jackson, do you?
From him did we learn of your need, the revelation
The truth.
of your destiny.
Yep. Now they've literally just come to this hood, this galaxy, right? Similarly, how the replicators weren't in our galaxy for a while, but then they ended up doing it throughout the seasons. Why does it look like Jack? Like the back of his head. No, it's not.
Dooski.
Leave us.
Hello, I'm
Daniel Jackson.
Right.
From the planet Earth.
This is crazy.
You see, we're explorers. We'd very much like to get to know you.
A prior has been dispatched to the place from whence you come.
Right?
You can do that. I thought we were in another galaxy.
That's what I'm saying.
It's the will of the Ori.
Okay, well,
The
I think
Stargate.
you should understand that there are many different kinds of people in the place from whence I come.
They may not see your way as the only way.
The power and the greatness of the Ori cannot be denied.
So this is where the
Reject
problems
the
start.
path to enlightenment must be destroyed.
Right.
was afraid of that.
So they're just the god versions of the replicators.
One of our country's founding fathers and first president once said, "True friendship is a plant of slow growth."
Carrick of the High Plains once said, "There is more honor in dying at the hands of a brother than there is killing a would-be friend."
He was a wise man.
He was killed shortly after.
Oh, well, I hope it wasn't his brother that shot him.
It was me.
Unscheduled incoming wormhole.
Confirmed. He's a dead man.
Let's see what this is about, huh?
Those who seek the path to enlightenment must not be led astray.
You see, that can be interpreted a number of different ways. I think maybe I know what the Ori are. And I'm not denying they are very powerful beings, but if I'm right, they're not gods.
That's a hard thing to tell someone.
Beings.
What is a god but a being that is worshipped by those beneath? His
Facts.
great knowledge, power,
respect, yes, certainly, but
bow down.
I would murder innocent people in their name. Whether the Ori have spoken to you directly and told you to worship them, or whether you've misinterpreted, I don't believe that any individual or society can achieve enlightenment through fear-mongering and forced servitude. No
Daniel is spitting bars.
Don't get me wrong, I mean, we should all be trying to better ourselves. I mean, if ascension really is the ultimate end we're trying to achieve, then so be it, but we should all be allowed to get there or not of our own free will. Kill me for saying that, but that is what I believe in. Nothing you say or do will ever change my mind.
Well, same with him, Daniel. Nothing you say or do will change his mind.
Come.
This is really interesting, y'all. I am digging the direction.
The Ori hear you.
So he's a conduit. What is going on?
We do not require blind faith, only that you believe what you see and know to be true.
But on behalf of our planet's leaders, I've been asked to present a few thoughts for you to consider. Some points that we can discuss in the future.
Who is that?
It's Walter.
SG-12 and a gentleman we encountered on another planet who claims that he represents some gods called the Ori.
We have already seen the rise of individuals and organizations who have threatened to challenge us.
The victory that we both worked so long
short-lived
for could result in chaos.
Yep.
We are Ori.
And you instruct these people to worship you.
We are their creators.
Do you know who the Alterans are?
Those who abandon the path are evil.
Deflection.
Evil.
They shielded you.
Really? I didn't really think they did much of anything for us, but I guess I was wrong.
All will know the power of the Ori.
Hallowed are the Ori.
I love how calm Daniel Jackson is. So, not calm, but you know, like he's like one of the few people who could actually do all this.
Returning to normal.
We can't seem to disconnect the stones or turn off the device.
It is the will of the Ori.
If it was out here, I guarantee we'll be more receptive to those stories you want to tell. Call it a miracle if you want.
When Hanormir fell from above and learned to fly on the way down, that was a miracle.
These planets you have mentioned all have plentiful Naquita mines on them.
And substantial human populations.
I wish to meet this prior of the Ori. If he preaches faith in false gods, I wish to hear his claims and challenge him.
Awesome. Because we're catching things at a real pivotal point, right? Post-rebellion. But then now we have these bigger, newer gods popping up, spreading the good word. I mean, 1-2 crucial people get persuaded, and this could be a problem.
This is bad.
Worse than being burned to death?
It appears our ascended ancients and the Ori have a slight difference of opinion.
I don't think enlightenment means what they think it means.
See, apparently our ascended ancients have been shielding our existence from the Ori. Problem is, the Ori now know our galaxy is inhabited by humans because of us.
I refuse to accept the blame for that. Curiosity is part of human nature. If the ancients knew the Ori was so bad, why didn't they stop us from coming here?
Free will.
If they have been protecting us, there's no reason to believe they won't continue.
The ancients may be protecting us from the Ori, but not their human followers.
The Ori have given Prior special powers, and that's not fair.
They're still human. And highly evolved humans can have some pretty amazing abilities.
That's facts. This is great context. This explains quite a bit.
What are we gonna do?
I don't know. I'm starting to think that sending priors is just the beginning.
Yeah.
We could be talking crusade here. We need to warn Earth.
And then this isn't even accounting for the Wraith, who also found out Earth's address and is heading towards there, or they until, you know, the SG-1 a finale. But they're just buying time, truly, right? They're not. It's not game over for the Wraith. So it's cool. Like, similar concepts are being repeated, but they're going about it in different ways, and it's all overlapping and making sense. It's awesome. I like it.
Take the unbelievers back to Virega. Let its cleansing mark forever the beginning of a new age. Evil has raised a great many unbelievers in a far-off place. They must be shown the path.
Hallowed are the Ori.
Whenever somebody throws the word cleanse and it's nothing to do with, you know, household appliances or products, it's a problem.
What are we doing?
You know?
Why did he bring us back here?
I think he's using us to
make an example.
Out any other heretics that might be here.
You'd think at least they'd keep on top of their own people.
I get the feeling the Ori let their devout followers
do their enforcing for them.
That was a cool. That was a cool switch of the voice.
Why?
Fanus said that his sect had found other artifacts.
You think they also have a terminal device to go with the stones? If the Prior is using us to weed out other unbelievers, how do we make contact with Fanus without giving him away?
You do not believe in a higher power?
Well, it's complicated.
Jaffa have recently shed the dominance of false gods that have enslaved us for many generations.
I have come to spread the word to the unbelievers who have been sheltered and raised by evil.
It's a pretty big village. I suspect that Fanus and his gang did a reasonable job hiding their sacrilegious artifacts.
Well, we have to do something.
I wonder what the Nox think about all this. You know? Talk about a season 1 throwback, but they're so advanced, all right? What's their opinion on all this?
No. Fanus! They're using us to get to you.
So I suspected. Either that or you've truly come to see the power of the Ori.
Bloody likely.
If I can help you speak the reality of our existence to your people, maybe one day in turn, they will spread that word back here.
You said you had other artifacts besides the stones.
I'll show you.
No, just tell me.
Come.
Fanus! You're risking your life.
Herod, Salus, and I, all those who believe as we do have known for some time that we may give our lives for our cause.
It is what it is. We got the goods.
Whoa, something just happened.
Can they remember everything? Imagine they don't remember any context. These guys are broken.
Fanus?
We've got a problem.
Where their sins shall be weighed in balance with all that is just and true.
Let's get out of here.
The Ori are great. I love the Ori. I'm a believer. I don't think they're buying it.
Oh, I heard you do better.
Daniel, what do you expect, brother? Come on, man. Run that back.
Glorious are the Ori.
Oh. Second time's the charm.
They lead you to their realm with the path that is laid out in the Book of Origin. All you need do is follow their teachings.
I'm very sorry. You'll have to excuse us for a moment. Please continue. Colonel?
They woke up just for a moment and then they lost consciousness again.
They say anything?
Yes, they did.
Guide us on the path so that we may triumph over the enemy of our salvation.
What is the meaning of this? Very sorry. We've just received some information about our visitor here that demands we take every precaution.
We'll have to take the staff, sir.
It's about to get messy. Oh, never mind. He agreed.
I demand to know what you've learned.
All I wish to do is spread the word of the Ori to your world.
Hallowed are the Ori.
All right. What's going on?
Hallowed are the Ori.
What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Is fire a means of like teleportation? What is this? Where are the sprinkling systems? Did he just, oh, maybe he offed himself. Maybe that was consider him off. That was like a, you know, that might have been, that makes more sense. Maybe he's been compromised.
Same as before, only this time it's both of them.
This device draws its power directly from subspace. It'll react very badly to an explosion. You can't blow it up.
Perhaps we should send it to the Stargate.
There's no reason to believe that Daniel and Vala won't stay connected to it, even from another planet.
Tell them to start dialing the gate.
Where to?
Wherever.
Wherever.
I love Mitchell's energy. It balances well with this new feel.
Chevron 2 encoded. Walter, orders from Colonel Mitchell, sir. Proceeding. Chevron 4 encoded.
The trust.
Chevron 6 encoded.
Go 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 go.
Halting dialing sequence.
Go. These guys are about to be barbecued.
Chevron 7.
Locked. Let's go. Vaporized it? It's tragic. These guys wake up and they're dead as fuck. That was a genius move. MVP.
Dr. Lamb says that Daniel and Vala have regained consciousness.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
What a great introduction to a character, I gotta say. Also, the versatility that you can use a gate, it's like a ShamWow. There's so many things you can do with it. Or a slap chap, whatever you call that shit. The iris, the poof, wow. The mobility. Top tier item.
I bow in humble account.
Come and gaze upon the flames of enlightenment.
So he's gonna become one of them now. He's gonna get the buff, maybe.
Let its power wash over you.
Yeah, he becomes one of them. Yep. Recruitment. It's a pyramid scheme, I tell you.
Great holy armies shall be gathered and trained to fight all who embrace evil. The power of the Ori will be felt far and wide, and the wicked shall be vanquished.
Hallowed are the Ori.
Hallowed are the Ori.
Thank you.
General Landry is ready for us.
So you think we should expect more of these priors to show up?
I would be very surprised if they didn't.
But if their galaxy's so far away.
That's what I'm saying.
The Ori have the power to make a lot of things happen.
Still, for the priors, I think we can assume it's a one-way trip.
So how do we fight these guys?
This is terrifying.
And I mean the message as much as the men.
Hopefully now, many have been educated to the ways of false
No,
gods.
no, Teal'c, I'm sorry.
See, their power isn't false. The priors are going to offer to people what will seem like proof of God.
Proof of powerful beings is not proof of God.
Just because we know there is some beings on a higher plane of existence than ourselves does not mean there's not an order of being higher than them. At least I reckon that's what my grandma'd say.
Somewhere in there you gotta fill in the blanks with a little faith. I had a grandma too.
I love this. This is so dope.
Business as usual, sir.
Let them bring it. We'll use our strengths against their weaknesses. I'm
Nah.
glad you two are okay.
Hey. Wow, what the hell are you doing here?
Jack? Hey!
Nice to see you.
Oh, this score?
And I've got a little surprise for Mitchell. Oh. Sorry you missed Daedalus.
No, you're not.
You're right. I'm not. Listen, I just had a briefing with Landry about your stuff.
Well, I've been up against some pretty bad guys before.
Yeah, not so pretty.
There's some tough situations.
That we always won.
I don't think I would say this to anyone else, but for the first time,
He shook.
I'm scared.
Yep, I would be, Daniel. Entirely.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, man. This is good.
Now, see, that's one of the great things about being a general.
Well, I suppose after you've saved the world 7 or 8 times.
Yep.
Who's counting, huh?
Teal.
So, Mitchell, I hear you haven't picked out your team yet.
I'm hoping I won't have to, sir. Mind if I kick in the afterburner, sir?
Oh, please.
Thank you, sir.
Cheese! That was such a satisfying conclusion, passing of the torch from old generation to new generation. And just, you know, pivoting to the next portion of the series. That was so fantastic, and especially after, because technically I thought this was going to be part 3. It's still carrying over the story, but this is a new. It's literally called Origin. This is like the new origin for the series.
Bruh, chill.
And that was my reaction video to Stargate SG-1 season number 9, episode number 3, titled Origin, guys. And I thought this was a particularly fantastic episode and really plugged in the piece to make this whole 3-parter make sense for me. Enjoy where the new direction things are heading. And I think I got a gist of what's going on, right? What really impressed me here was the explanation and showing of both sides and just the problem that we're in. It's not very much more different than, you know, what Apophis was doing or what the replicators are doing. There's a group of people trying to get rid of another group of people or whatever for not sort of being one-on-one with their beliefs and whatnot, right? But now the thing that is really integral and important here is that this actually connects back to everything in terms of from the season 3 episode when Daniel first experienced when the candlelight was made, the ascension beings, right? So from that point till now, we're sort of diving really deep into all of that lore, and I feel like we're just about to blow things out of the water, and I'm really excited to see how that's going to go. And, speaking of a character like Daniel Jackson, for him to say to Jack, after all they had been through, that, I'm genuinely terrified, knowing about the Wraith, knowing about all the things they've been through, having explained the context, it doesn't matter if if you're an offshoot of the Ancients or you have these magical powers, like, I don't agree with you, and having the whole context sort of right in front of him, and then for him to admit, like, yo, bro, this is kind of chopped, bro. I think it's a testament to how dangerous these people are, how vulnerable the entire Milky Way galaxy is. At least, again, this isn't accounting for SGA and accounting for the big P, right? So just in that galaxy alone, where we've dealt with the replicators, we've dealt with, there's all these Jaffa. They've got a new problem, and again, these people are missionaries who can now teleport to our galaxy. No problems asked, but it's a one-way trip, right? To spread their word and have this sort of the dissemination of this information and this religion now with the Ori. It's going to be particularly interesting where this goes now for the series. I am really intrigued. I'm really intrigued. I loved the emotional core there of going inside of these people's bodies, and at the end of it, right, when he swapped the bodies, the fate of the other people. They got burned to a crisp. I thought that was all great. I love the idea of how in depth they went with explaining the Ori, the Alterans, and all that stuff. Seeing the just another level to the universe and their abilities. And I also love just sort of like the humblingness to it too. It's like knowledge, like we can understand why even the Jaffa who just finally got, out of thousands of years finally overthrew the Goulds. You can even understand if these guys pull up and people are going to believe in faith. If these guys pull up and they legitimately start doing all these abilities, saying all these stories, it's reasonable to assume that people are going to say, yeah, these guys are actually kind of spin facts, right? So I loved how they showed each of those positions, pretty rationally, I thought, and explained things well. And it just made for a really compelling narrative. And I thought, again, they set the stage up as an origin for the remainder of the series and the seasons that are going to overlap and whatnot so brilliantly. Another note, the character of Cameron Mitchell was amazing. Off the rip. This isn't no Jonas. I'm like, I gotta feel him out, right? Like, off the rip. And again, I'm biased because I love Ben. But even Vala, like I loved Claudia Black, but I wasn't like Vala's sick. Now that I know she's cheering back, like she's cool. But like I thought the way that they introduced Cameron, tying him back into that, you know, the earlier finale, showing how he's already respected amongst the crew, letting his initially we didn't get to know him all that well. He seemed pretty like rigid and not that personable. But as the episode went along, he was very much so combination of a few characters, somewhat like Jack's humor. I actually did really think he was very similar to John Crichton's role in Farscape. That's regardless of the point. But in terms of his personality, I think it was a great fit with our SG team, the show, this newer direction. And even in some of those high tension moments, like like even being quick on his feet, when it came to similar to like not similar to Shepard, but similar where he's like funny and personable, but he can be, I guess, stern and assertive when the situation calls for it. Similar in that respect, but he still feels like a completely different dude. But I love it, and I'm excited to see how that's going to continue to go for the remainder of this show, using the gate, the poof, like the lack of better terms, the inflection of the when you open the Stargate, you know what I'm saying? Using that to stop this device was such a great call. Shows another one of the great uses of the Stargate. And overall, I'm really excited to see where this is going to go. The fact that, hey, also, maybe I'm a little, you know, excited because it seems like him and Walter have a pretty good rapport. And that's my boy, you know what I'm saying? But I think narratively, I'm really excited to see where things are going to progress. I think this is some really juicy material, content that's going to obviously connect to this prior 9 seasons, spinoff, what this is going to mean moving forward, even for a new set of characters, you know what I'm saying? So guys, that was my review for Stargate SG-1 season number 9, episode number 3, titled Origin. What did you guys think about this one? I would love to hear your thoughts down below, guys. I appreciate your enthusiasm and enjoyment and excitement, and really looking forward to what this means, because I made some comments how this is sort of just, you know, the same things from the past, but just one level up. But I think there's some really interesting new overlaps and territory for the show to explore, and I can't wait to watch it. That being said, y'all, as always, don't forget to smack the like button and subscribe if you guys haven't already. With that being said, guys, we are going to be going into Stargate Atlantis this week, and as well, I have that tier list video that I'm going to be getting up as soon as possible. So I hope you guys like this episode. Again, sorry for not getting it on the Sunday when I said I was going to. I felt very not well on the Sunday morning to basically almost at night, so I just took the whole day to rest. So that's why it didn't come out on the Sunday, like I said. So not an excuse, but wanted to let you guys know. So with that being said, guys, that was it for this one. I love you, and I'll see you in the next one.